I'm Ingrid Ochoa. It was a huge weekend for Gator sports. The Gators baseball team is now 3-0 after sweeping William & Mary over the weekend. The team finished with an 11-6 win and 3 home runs from Keenan Bell, Austin Langworthy, and Deacon Lippert. Florida will take on Jacksonville on Tuesday. The Gators softball team is now 10-1 after hosting the Aquafina Invitational. Florida dropped their first game of the season to Maryland but came back with a huge win over Northwestern on Saturday and FIU on Sunday. The Gators will head to Orlando over the weekend for the Citrus Classic. Switching over to basketball, the men's team are still tied for first place in the SEC with Kentucky after a close win over Mississippi State. The team will play South Carolina tomorrow in the Exactech Arena. Good morning, I'm Ingrid Ochoa with your Sports in 60. The New England Patriots are Super Bowl 51 champions. Sunday's game marks the first time that a Super Bowl went into overtime. The Patriots also made the largest comeback of all time, coming back from a 25-point deficit. Tom Brady is now the only quarterback to have won 5 Super Bowls. The men's basketball team is coming off a huge win against the Kentucky Wildcats on Saturday. After much celebration, the Gators will now travel to Athens to take on the Georgia Bulldogs tomorrow night. The Gators are now tied in second place with the Wildcats in the SEC, while South Carolina is in first place. The Gator women's basketball team will look to get their third SEC win tonight as they host the Ole Miss Rebels. The team is looking to bounce back with a win after losing to Texas A&M. With high school basketball, the district tournaments begin today and tomorrow. District 618, which includes Hawthorne, Newberry, Fort White, and Williston, will be hosted by Union County. And for District 718, Bell will host Chiefland, Bronson, and Dixie County tonight. That's your Sports in 60. Thanks for watching. With Gator basketball, the men's team is looking to regroup and get back to winning as they look to take on LSU on Wednesday. Florida lost their first home game against Vanderbilt on Saturday, 68-66, despite Kayvon Allen contributing with 29 points. As for the women's team, they recorded their first SEC win against Georgia on Sunday with a win of 76-68. The Orlando Magic were not able to continue their winning streak as they lost to the Golden State Warriors on Sunday, 118-98, despite being tied at the half. That's your Sports in 60. Thanks for watching. Good morning, I'm Ingrid Ochoa with your Sports in 60. The 5th set of college football playoff rankings came out last night. No surprise, Alabama stood at the #1 spot, while Ohio State stays at #2 after beating Michigan. Clemson moves to the 3rd, while Washington rounds up to the top 4. Meanwhile, the Florida Gators remain at #15 after losing to Florida State. The Gators now prepare to take on Alabama on Saturday for the SEC Championship. The Tide is a 24.5-point favorite, the biggest spread in the game's 25-year history. All Florida played their first game after firing head coach Gerard Gallant, but their losing streak still continued after falling short to the Blackhawks in a shootout. Number 19 Florida women's basketball takes on Wofford tonight at 7 in Ocala. That's your Sports in 60. Thanks for watching. Good morning, I'm Ingrid Ochoa with your Sports in 60. It's the Cubs and the Indians in Game 1 of the World Series. Cleveland pitcher Corey Kluber was untouchable, racking up 9 strikeouts in 6 scoreless innings. But the real hero was catcher Roberto Perez with 2 huge home runs to help the Indians win 6-0. Game 2 is tonight at 7. Moving on to the hardwood, the Cleveland Cavaliers opened the NBA season last night with a ring ceremony against the New York Knicks. LeBron James had a triple-double, while Kyrie Irving had 29 points to lead the Cavs to a 117-88 win. Florida football is just 3 days away from taking on Georgia in Jacksonville, and the number 14 Gators are sitting alone atop the SEC East with a 5-1 record. With the second half of the season starting, Florida's in good position to head to the SEC Championship. But defensive back Nick Washington and the team are just focusing on one game at a time.